I will go over to our first story, where the country Thursday dawn was plunged into darkness. This was after the country's power challenges had stabilized for over 2 months. The Power Ministry announced recently that the country was generating 6% more power than is demanded. Now, joining us on the line is John Jinapor, is the Deputy Minister of Power, for more answers to what happened this dawn. Now, thanks for joining us, sir. But what has been identified exactly as the cause of the power outage this morning?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your viewers. Yes, at dawn today, around 5:20, we had a major fault on the main transmission line from Akosombo towards Tema. The engineers call it islanding, but simply put, it means that the main transmission line developed a problem. This is very rare. It does not normally occur. The last time we had this challenge was in 2010, and so that's about 6 years ago. That plunged part of the country into darkness. The good news is that the engineers have identified the fault, isolated it, and as I speak, they've restored power to about 90% of the customer base, and they expect to finish everything by close of today. And so we are back on track. So now it's over. We are back on track, like you said. But earlier, people were thinking, when it happened, actually, people were thinking probably some of your equipment were a bit obsolete, and therefore you need to change. But you are saying otherwise, right? It is not about the generators. This is about a transmission line. And as I said, these are machines, and sometimes they may develop faults. Even brand new machines can develop faults. And as I did indicate, it's not a frequent occurrence. It's a very rare, isolated case. They are still investigating it, and when they finish an investigation, the engineers will take further steps to ensure that we do not have a recurrence of this challenge. But yes, when we talk of replacing equipment, we must continue to replace equipment. We must continue to replace obsolete ones, non-functional ones, transformers that are old. And so it's a continuous process, and we shall continue to work on that.
Again, before you go, I want you to confirm it's not load shedding exercise, not a load shedding exercise which has begun, right?
No. There's not a typical load shedding exercise. As I speak to you, we have enough capacity to meet the demands. If we have a situation where we have to share load, we'll be honest enough and tell the people of Ghana. Two, let me just clear, we did not have a system collapse. Some people think that the power system went down. The whole of the Western Enclave had power. Yes, it was a major distraction because about 60% of the nation had this challenge, but it was not a complete total system collapse.
So you are clarifying that it's not a system collapse like earlier reported in some sections of the media. That's a temporary thing here, which will be corrected. That's what you're saying now.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. John Jinapor is the Deputy Power Minister and answering questions on what happened earlier this dawn. I know you experienced it. I did as well. Your light went off. Probably you were thinking otherwise, but clarify that it was just a failure which has been amended.